Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of We Are Not Entertained. I am Tommy Haley, just Tommy Haley. I've never been this made man. Just Tommy Haley. I guess it has been a week. Everyone's probably going to be wondering where the hell I've been. I wasn't like Naomi or Sasha that just straight up put their stuff on the table and left. I had family in town, so I wanted to spend time with family. Speaking of Naomi and Sasha Banks, I would like to talk about that. I would have wanted to talk about that last week, but I had family in town, so I wanted to spend time with them. So, last week on Raw, or the week before that, I don't know if it's been like 2 or 3 weeks, but a couple weeks ago, there was supposed to be a 6-pack challenge, like a 6-pack match to find out who would wrestle Naomi. I believe Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's title at Hell in a Cell, if I'm not mistaken. Or this week on Raw, or this past week on Raw, I don't remember. And it was then changed to a triple threat match between Becky, I believe Sonya, and Becky. So apparently from what Sean Ross Sapp said is that, one, Naomi and Sasha Banks just straight went to John Laurinaitis' office, put the tag team titles on his table, and just straight walked out. And of course, knowing WWE, they would definitely drop the ball in this situation. They said themselves that they did not show up, and they basically just, it was ugly. It was an ugly situation. Very ugly situation. Basically, I don't know how to feel about this. This situation, though. I really don't know how to feel about it. I just don't know how to feel about it. Then again, you know what? Here's my thoughts on it. They're basically showing that they are worth more than what shitty creative WWE has for them. And I mean shitty WWE creative. You have two of the top faces in your women's division, and you're using them basically for nothing at all. Nothing. Nada. Zilch. Zip. You mean to tell me you can't have them in singles feuds? Like, I get it. You can still have them be the tag team title. You can still have them have the tag team titles. But at least give them singles matches. I mean, come on. What are we doing here? You guys have basically just said, all right, we're basically going back to before pre-draft, where they're doing the wild card thing again, like a couple years ago. Remember that? Yeah, I just said that. Remember the wild card thing where anyone can show up at any time? Yeah, they pretty much are just getting rid of the brand split stuff now, because they were showing up on Raw, they were showing up on SmackDown. I think they showed up on NXT one time for like an episode or two. I don't remember. But there's so much more you can do with them. So much more. Have them in singles feuds, for all I care. I mean, I don't know how to feel about it. So here's what WWE dropped the ball on. They just blatantly said they disappointed the fans. They basically just straight threw Naomi and Sasha under the bus. And that was just not acceptable at all. Like, at all not acceptable. You don't have anything for them creative-wise. If you don't have anything for them creative-wise, at least they probably did tell them, but at least don't, when they walk out and quit on you for not having anything creative-wise, don't throw them under the fucking bus and be like, oh, they disappointed the fans. Oh, they disappointed the fans. Oh, they disappointed us. No. You did not disappoint the fans at all. You're just disappointed that they know their worth and they know what they can do. And you don't fucking get that. And they don't fucking get that. And that shit pissed me off when I saw that video on Friday. That Friday after they were suspended. So they've been suspended indefinitely, and there are videos of them out there. They could not fucking care less about them being suspended. Now, are they getting paid during this? I don't think so. Probably not. Do they give a shit? No. See, here's a good representation of what's happening with this. It's almost kind of like, I wouldn't say it is at all. There's some similarities, kind of. It's almost like with Daniel Bryan. With the Daniel Bryan stuff. You can call them a B-plus player. All that stuff. You can say anything you want about them. You can say how bad they are. B-plus player. All that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, they will always be loved by the fans. They will always be over by the fans, no matter how much you think they're not over internally. Was there heat with Sasha and all that, for her being a diva and all that? Yeah, that's just her. That's just being her. That's just her character. That's just how she is. That's always how she's been. But all of WWE just basically throwing them under the bus and saying, oh, they let down the fans, disappointment and all that stuff, just isn't right. It just did not sit right with me, and obviously it doesn't sit right with a lot of people. So as of this recording, there's still no update on what's happening. So here's what they're doing. They're doing an open tournament for the tag titles. At this point, you might as well just retire them, because, look, you have those two. That was basically your tag team. I guess you can throw a couple other tag teams together, and that's it. That's it. You really got nothing after that. Nothing at all. So, those are pretty much my thoughts on it. Let's see, what else is there to talk about? Trying to think of what else happened this past week I was watching. Oh, yeah, that's right. So, AEW had one of their centennial pay-per-views, Double or Nothing. And, I didn't watch it. I did the reactions live stream from, Cultaholic and stuff like that. And, here are my thoughts on it. So, I'll start first with the pre-show match. Let me get this set up first. So this show was how long? I remember the show went. I went to bed around midnight, Sunday night, and I was like, Jesus Christ, this pay-per-view is still going on. This was at midnight, by the way. I get it was 10 o'clock over there, but it's midnight here in the Midwest, and then 1 o'clock in the morning in the East Coast. I didn't even know what time it would have been in London and all that. But, this pay-per-view went so long. But I'm going to hear my thoughts about it. We will start with the buy-in match between a tag team match between Hookhausen, yes, the team of Danhausen and Hook, against Tony Nese and Mark Sterling. Hookhausen picks up the win for a good start of the pay-per-view, if I do say so myself. It's a good little buy-in thing. I didn't watch it. People love this match. Then again, Danhausen is over with the people. So is Hook. Just, that kind of stuff. Let's see, what else? Let's see, we had the actual first match of the night. Now, I'd like to say first about with MJF. There were rumors, there's that stuff, there's always that talk with MJF about him wanting out of AEW. how much he hates it there, how much he's not getting paid enough, his arguments with Tony, all that kind of stuff. So, apparently, a couple of days, I think the day of Double or Nothing, Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful.com reported that there was a flight booked for MJF that night of Double or Nothing out of Vegas. Now, I'd like to take note that this is MJF we are talking about. This is MJF we are talking about. How much he likes to work the crowd is... how much he likes to make things an angle and make things a work where it seems like he's shooting, but he's just firing blanks, is downright amazing. Then again, me and Brock have always said he's that shitty, old school, cocky heel that will always sometimes get his comeuppance or find a way to cheat himself to victory. With his feud with Wardlow, I have never seen such old school textbook booking by Tony Khan. This feud was booked perfectly from the start of Revolution to the payoff. From Revolution, I believe in, what was it? March to May. That entire storyline with Wardlow basically leaving MJF hanging dry in his dog collar match with CM Punk, which was a fantastic match if I do say so myself, to the points where, he's coming out and he's barred from going to AEW events, basically beating the shit out of security people that get paid $17 an hour and making them of mincemeat, that kind of stuff. Him coming out and him still wrestling, coming out in handcuffs, no music. Basically, the whole crowd's chanting Wardlow, which, if I gotta say, he's a fucking star, man. He is such a superstar now. And to now, with Shawn Spears in the cage, with MJF, a special guest with the special referee, him beating Shawn Spears to face MJF, and if Wardlow... So, the stipulation for this match is, if Wardlow lost, he could never wrestle in AEW ever again. But if Wardlow won, he would be, released from MJF's contract and signed with AEW. And that is exactly what fucking happened. And it was such a textbook, old school wrestling feud, storyline, and match. The shitty, cocky heel coming out to the crowd. Yes, by the way, MJF worked all your dumbasses. I didn't believe... Here's my thoughts on all this stuff that was happening with MJF. It's MJF. It's a work. You don't believe anything he says most of the time. If he's having problems with Tony, I could probably understand that. But, him being yeah, fuck y'all. I'm not giving Wardlow his moment. This is my moment. I'm going to steal it from him. I'm going to leave Vegas, and I'm going to no-show the pay-per-view. I also no-showed the fan event, too. But I'm going to no-show the pay-per-view. So, fuck you, Wardlow. Fuck you, fans. But no, he decided to put in the fans' face and basically sup, bitches? You thought I was going to leave? You really thought I was going to leave? But guess what? MJF had this coming. And guess what? He got fucking squashed by Wardlow. In a perfect squash match, if I do say so myself. Perfect. It was perfect. Powerbomb after powerbomb after powerbomb for a 2 count, for what we would think is a 3 count, and then Wardlow just steps off. And it's oh yeah, no, he ain't done. He is not done at all. And guess what? Wardlow wins. He is officially All Elite. He's been All Elite since, the first time we saw him on television with MJF. But storyline-wise, he is released from MJF's contract and has now been signed with Wardlow. Or was signed with All Elite Wrestling. So there's that. I guess you can say he's the newest member to be All Elite. But he's been All Elite since the beginning. So, I mean, let's be honest here. The next match is that was next. Oh, yeah, by the way, this match lasted 7 minutes and 30 seconds. On the dot. On the fucking dot. The next match was the Hardys and the Balding Bucks with little Brandon Cutlet. Look, I have nothing on this match because I Twitter watched this one. In my Twitter watch this one, I went to the latest tab and just kept refreshing on what everyone was saying in this match. And oh boy, they said it was a botchy mess. A very botchy, ugly match. Of course, the Hardys won though, so there was that. I guess that's a good thing, but they said it was a botch fest after botch fest after botch fest. Now, I'd like to take note that I did not see anything. I didn't feel like paying then again, a lot of people don't want to pay $60 for a pay-per-view. I was one of those people. So, if some people were saying it was a botch fest, I will somewhat believe them. But if anything happens later, I mean, if it comes up later, I'll watch it through ways that I will not say on this because it'll probably get me arrested. I'll watch it. I want to see how bad it is. I mean, it's the Hardys. I love the Hardys. I believe the match leading up to this, I forget which one, Matt or Nick did the Hardy, Matt Hardy trying to do his hand thing, and him just basically falling over the ropes and all that. I'd like to take note that was almost 9 years ago. That was 7 years ago, by the way. So their dedication to turn the clock back and look at something so small that you wouldn't think that they will call back, such a small callback, is very impressive, if I do say so myself. But anyway, that the Hardys won. I guess that's the right decision. Match lasted 19 minutes, 15 seconds. This was a 20-minute match. Okay. The next match is for the AEW TBS Women's title between Jade Cargill and Anna Jay. So, here's some interesting things that happened. Let me pull out my notes for this one. So, Malcolm Bevins, I believe his name is, oh God, what was his name? It's not Malcolm Bevins, I know that. Oh, it's Stokely Hathaway. Was walking out with Jade's stable. I believe it's called the Baddies or something like that. So, anyway, yeah. So that, I guess that's Jade's new manager. If I do say so myself, it's a great thing that he's going to be there because he has such a such a veteran presence. I mean, he's been in the business for a while. His stuff Malcolm Bevins' stuff with Diamond Mine was just some of the best stuff they had going on NXT. And then just let him go like it's nothing. I need to take a drink. Give me 1 second. Okay. It's nice to know that he kind of picked up his feet and is still walking today. I mean, in a company that way. He's not actually paralyzed from the waist down. So, Yeah, there's that. So, anyway, and people were like, who the hell is Stokely Hathaway? And turns out, yeah, it was Malcolm Bevins. Now, will I call him Stokely? I'll probably... No, because that's such a hard name to kind of remember. I get that's probably his real name, but that's, Malcolm just sounds better for some reason. I don't know why. It just does. Malcolm just sounds so much better. So Jade basically squashes Ann and Jay in 7 minutes and 25 seconds. Now, what happens after is very interesting. Because a certain person... I mean... Why is there... Oh, yeah. Ooh, an eclipse. That's cool. Oh, yeah, that's right. Ember Moon is now in All Elite Wrestling. Oh, wait, I forget. Her name is Athena. So, the wrestler formerly known as Ember Moon, also known as Athena, is now in All Elite Wrestling. Officially. Because there was rumors that it would be like, Athena's going to be in All Elite Wrestling. Athena's going to be in All Elite Wrestling. La, 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 la. This, this. La, la, la. Can't wait to see Athena in All Elite Wrestling. She's going to be the wild card in the Owen Hart qualifier. Turns out that was a fucking lie. Forget who it was. But anyway, that's what happened. That's cool. I don't really have my thoughts. I mean, my thoughts on that. Yeah, cool, yay. Can't wait for another ex-WWE person to just sit in catering and do nothing in AEW. I really hope they do something with Jade and Athena for the TBS title. Please be something good. Please. Because they had Ruby Soho, and they just dropped the ball on that. I'll get to that in a second. The next match was a trios tag team match between the House of Black, which is Aleister Black, Malachi Black, Buddy Matthews, and Brody King, against Death Triangle, which is Pac and the Lucha Brothers. Pentagon Jr., and Rey Fenix. Oh, sorry, it's Penta Oscuro. It's Penta Oscuro now. It's not Pentagon Jr. House of Black picks up the win, and they also pick up a new member. Julia Hart is now part of House of Black. Alright, I guess. I guess she's just in her emo phase right now. So I guess there's that. So, I mean, I don't know what to think about that. I mean, she got rid of the eye patch. She has, like, that black patch. I guess the black mist, when Aleister sprayed the black mist on her. I don't know. Like, is this great value Alexa? Like, is this when Alexa Bliss got corrupted by Bray? Oh, shit. No, Alexa, stop. I forgot to turn off my echo. So, I mean, I don't know how to feel about it. I guess this is just a different version of Miss Bliss. Because I don't want to... The reason why I'm saying Miss Bliss is I don't want to set off my echo. Actually, let me just mute this thing real quick. Alright, there we go. Yeah, so I just think this is just a different version of Alexa Bliss. Like, this is just what it is. Because remember when all that stuff with her and Bray started, she just got corrupted and basically went fucking insane. Yeah, that's kind of basically what happens. Yeah, so, and now here's the part where we have the Owen Hart tournament qualifier, finals matches. The first one was the men's match between the finalists of Adam Cole, Baby, and Samoa Joe. And guess who decided to wear their DX pants today? So apparently, I guess Samoa Joe was a DX mark because, one, he was wearing his black and green trunks. And I guess that's why he lost. He was a DX mark. Adam Cole won, baby. Look, do I think Samoa Joe's going to do more stuff with ROH since he's their, their TV title champion or something like that? Yeah. Yes, probably. I mean, he's in that weird little feud with God, why am I blanking on his name? Jay Lethal. Why the fuck did I blank on Jay Lethal's name? Why did I just do that? I am fucking stupid. I am so stupid for blanking on Jay Lethal's name. It's the fucking guy that was barking like a dog with Ric Flair in Impact. How could I remember that? How the fuck could I not remember that? So, anyway, yeah. I feel like he's going to do some more stuff with ROH because of the little Jay Lethal feud stuff he's doing. And the next this match, I forgot to say, the previous match, the trios match, was a 15-minute and 35-second match. The final for the Owen Hart Foundation tournament was 12 minutes and 30 seconds for the men's one. The women's, however, was Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, against Ruby Soho. The wrong person won here, if I'm being honest. 13 minutes and 20 seconds. Your winner was Dr. Britt Baker. Now, they have what? So AEW has a Baker complex, like what WWE has with their Flair complex. Like, no matter what, they're going to be like, oh, let's just give Britt Baker the win. I get she's been there since the beginning, but you gotta let some people have the spotlight. Now, I know there's probably a thing with Tony, Adam, and Britt on the side that a lot of people probably don't know about. But, like, just come on. Just give Ruby Soho the win, please. Like, for someone that hasn't been doing anything at all, who's been doing what she did in WWE, and that was just fucking sitting catering and be happy with a smile on her face that she's fucking there. Just fucking give her the win. How hard is it to give someone that's not named Britt Baker a fucking AEW Women's Championship, and 2, a win, for God's sake? How hard is it? I guess it's fucking impossible with them. So, the next one is a 6-person mixed tag team match with American Top Team of Ethan Page, Scorpio Sky, and the debut of Paige Van Zant. Yes, the UFC OnlyFans model for the You Horny Bastards. Going up against the team of Frankie Kazarian, Ty Conti, and Sammy Guevara. Now, there was a stipulation to this match, by the way. So, if American Top Team won, neither Frankie Kazarian or Sammy Guevara are allowed to challenge for the TNT Championship ever again, so long as Scorpio Sky is champion. If they lost this match. And that's exactly what they did. Now, there's another thing that happened. So here's another. The notes that really happened here is, one, Paige Van Zant was apparently very decent in the ring. Which I was like, all right, interesting. And 2, apparently Sammy and Ty Conti were just coming out in Maleficent stuff. I don't know how to feel about that. Oh, another one is that Sammy super kicked Tay's face off like it was nothing. That was fucking hilarious. Because they're very much hated by the wrestling community. How do I feel about this? I feel like it's good, I guess. Since American Top Team won, Frankie or Sammy cannot, Frankie and Sammy are basically not allowed to challenge for the TNT Championship, like, as long as Scorpio Sky is champion. Now, here's my thing on Scorpio still being champion. I really feel like they could have done the, what is it, the when they were doing it at St. Patrick's Day? St. Patrick's Day one. I for sure thought that, Wardlow was going to get his win. He's going to be a champion, all that stuff. Turns out it was just a screw job for, MJF set a hit out on him, basically, and that just extended their storyline. And it worked out perfectly. Don't get me wrong. Wardlow beat MJF, got his comeuppance and all that. Perfect. It was perfect. I cannot give that feud enough praise as it is. It was just old school textbook wrestling cinema at its fucking finest. But yeah, it was a 12-minute, 30-second match. Yeah, that's that. The next match was Kyle O'Reilly beating Darby Allin in a singles match. I don't know. It's 9 minutes and 50 seconds. Nothing. I guess this was just put together 2 weeks ago, as of this recording. So, yeah, that was pretty much it. The next match was the singles match for the AEW Women's World Championship, and oh my God, what a fucking humper of a match this was between Thunder Rosa and Serena Deeb. Oh boy, what a humper this was. It's Serena Deeb and Thunder Rosa. Do I need to say less on how good these two women are? And thank God that we are not doing the Nyla Rose. Thank God Nyla Rose decided to do her championship on live television instead of this pay-per-view. Because if we're being honest here, when the week after Thunder Rosa won her match against Britt Baker in her hometown, of course they decided to ruin it. Like I said, they decided to straight up just ruin it when Vicky came out and was like, "You're not a real Mexican." Like, just Vicky, shut the fuck up, please. Just shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up, Vicky. Thank God they decided not to extend that feud as it should be. But yeah, what a fucking, oh dude, it was just a humper. I sound like Sean Ross, but goddamn, what a humper of a match this was, man. What a humper. The next 16 minutes and 55 seconds, by the way. So yes, it was a fucking fantastic match, if I do say so myself, because I'm a big Serena Deeb fan, and she is fucking fantastic. Especially that promo she gave against Dusty, where she basically just did a bunch, just like truth bombs like it was nothing. And those words that she talked about are still true to this day. If you want to know what I'm talking about, just go watch that promo, because it's out there on YouTube, and it's just fantastic. The next match is the Anarchy in the Arena match. Now, it's basically a tornado tag team match, or like the Stadium Stampede match. It's just fucking chaos and lots of chaos, and that's basically what this match was. It's just Jericho Appreciation Society. So that's Jericho, obviously, Daniel Garcia, Jake Hager, Angelo Parker, and Matt Menard going up against the Blackpool Combat Club, Bryan Danielson, Jon Moxley, Wheeler Yuta. Oh, wait, no, just Danielson and Moxley? Where's Wheeler? No Wheeler Yuta? And NXT going up against, with Eddie Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz. You want to know how this match ended? Bryan Danielson getting choked out. Just to think, might I say, getting choked out by a tie, no less. You see the similarities here between him with Bryan basically choking out Jake Roberts with the tie, and him getting choked out the same exact fucking way for a loss. Fate is such a cruel mistress. I just find it funny that, that's how they lost. So, yeah. I haven't been seeing this feud a lot, but, I've been seeing Eddie Kingston's promo work. And dude, he's just an amazing promo. I mean, if you've seen his stuff in NWA, it was awesome. And just, if you've seen some of his stuff, too, I mean, in some of his promos in AEW were amazing as well. So, yeah. This match lasted, really, only 22 minutes and 45 seconds? I thought that match would be longer. Okay. The next match was the three-way tag team title match this is a three-way title match for the tag team titles in the AEW. The teams were Jurassic Express, who are the current champions right now, going up against the team of Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland and Team Taz. Team Taz was Powerhouse Hobbs and Ricky Starks. Notice I did not say the other names of said Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs, because that is fantasy booking with Brock. No offense, Brock, but it's just what their names are now. I saw bits and pieces of the match. It was very well received, it looked like. So there was that, yeah. And Jurassic Express picked up the win. Now, who do I think they're going to drop the titles to? It's too much for me to say FTR. Like, I really want them to drop the titles to FTR. Like, really. I want them to drop the titles to FTR, please. Please give me that match. Please give me that match so I can watch this stupid fucking dinosaur and Tarzan and Great Value Tarzan drop it to some real guys. Top guys. So, yeah. This match lasted 17 minutes and 15 seconds. At the main event of CM Punk and Hangman Adam Page, where this was perceived as CM Punk being the bad guy, trying to be the bad guy, and everyone just saw through his shit. MJF saw through it, and Hangman saw through it, basically. And guess what? We have a new world champion. And by new world champion, CM Punk is now your new AEW world champion. So I'd like to take note before I say anything. Guess what? The next pay-per-view is the crossover with New Japan is Forbidden Door. That pay-per-view is June 26th, by the way. A lot can happen this month in June, because I believe this is going out on the last day of the month. So, here's the thing. Punk has said to himself that he has wanted to wrestle Okada. I believe he said Tanahashi, Ospreay, and all that. He said himself. So, the amount of people that he wants to wrestle, it's not that long of a list. I mean, he said he's wanted to wrestle Ricky Starks, which I would love to see that happen. Jungle Boy, that would be an interesting match to see. Who else? Hook would be a good one, but I think that would kind of, knowing how that match would go, they would give Hook the loss, because I don't think he's ready just yet for the title. I feel like you gotta put some more seasoning on him, and then it'll be perfect. Wardlow would be an interesting one. Running it back with MJF would seem pretty cool. What else? Let's see. Who else? Adam Cole. Oh, God. I get the hose ready. For me, I'd want to get the fucking hose ready for me if that match ever happened. But yeah, that's pretty much Double or Nothing. I enjoyed it, if I do say so myself. This match lasted 25 minutes and 40 seconds. I mean, it's CM Punk and Adam Page. Each man both carried their weight. I mean, look, here's the thing with Hangman. He was a good champion. And it was and when he got the title from Kenny, it was the right time to give him the title. One, Kenny was getting out with injury. It's been almost, I believe, 200 days now since Kenny's been out. Now, will he forever be 100%? No. After what he's done in New Japan, how much he sacrificed his body and all that when he was a super junior, a heavyweight there, all the matches he took, and then some of the stuff outside of when he was in New Japan, that takes a heavy toll on your body. A very heavy toll. But, I mean, will Kenny come back? Possibly. Would I like to see him wrestle CM Punk? I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I wouldn't be opposed to it. It would seem... excuse me. That would seem pretty cool. Really, it would. Those are two completely different styles of wrestling. Very different. That tasted good. But yeah, I mean, I'm not opposed to the suitors that are available to wrestle Punk. Who knows? He may make it a weekly challenge kind of thing. He might mock Cena and do the open challenge thing, which, hey, if I do say so myself, that would be pretty cool. Because you know what I find funny? People think that, Cena and Punk always hate each other. And that was the complete opposite. Yeah, on TV, that might have seemed like it. Like they might have hated each other. But that's not the case. They were like the best of friends. And I believe they still are the best of friends. So, yeah, that's it. Alrighty, here is Ring of Honor time. Let's pull up the weekly thing. I believe I am on week 4. So, disclaimer, next week, it's mostly going to be Ring of Honor. Mostly next week. I'll talk about week 5 and then Super Card of Honor. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. We start this week of week numero 4 of Ring of Honor with the commissioner's office. We see a bottle of soda go flying into a TV replaying last week's main event. We hear Mr. Draper, "You're really trying to force my hand. You've injured one of my up-and-comers, and you've blatantly broken the code of honor these past 2 weeks. If you can't get past your opponent tonight at Bound by Honor this Saturday, you will face someone who has been one of the most dominant ROH TV champions ever. However, before you worry about that, your opponent tonight took exception to how you won last week and asked for this match tonight. So tonight, you'll battle with someone who is not quite the devil, but is definitely no angel. Now, as for Miss Deeb, it seems like your contract has been bought by AEW, so I put this ultimatum. The next time you lose your ROH Women's Championship, it will be the final time you will ever wrestle in Ring of Honor." As we see a cigar gets lit up and puff comes out from behind the chair. Oh, and one more thing. I'll be unable to attend Bound by Honor, so I will send my best enforcer to make sure your little friend can't help you, Mr. Draper. He is a real tank of a man. We get the show intro, show crowd, Kevin Kelly, Matt Stryker, welcomed us in a rundown of Bound by Honor. Banner card, with the BBH theme free by 7th, time down, playing underneath. ROH tag titles. FTR versus The Kingdom. ROH TV title. Championship winner of tonight's main event versus an opponent of the commissioner's choosing. Tully Blanchard's new client makes their debut. ROH's Women's Championship of Serena Deeb and Deonna Purrazzo. Gun Club. I like to call them Ass Boys because Dan Housen calls them the Ass Boys. Ass Boys versus Workhorsemen in the ROH Championship match as Jonathan Gresham faces Bandito. Tonight on this week on Ring of Honor, like I said in the pre-show, we have match 1. Jonathan Gresham picking up the match against the Reno Renegade. Gresham quickly dispatches of the Renegade, making him tap out in 3 minutes with the Octopus Stretch. Post-match, Bandito comes out with his own ROH Championship and lays it in front of Gresham. Gresham does the same thing with his championship. They shake hands as Bandito goes to grab Gresham's title. But stops and grabs his. Bandito nods as he backs away. This is going to be an interesting match for Brock to book, if I do say so myself. Very interesting. We cut to the podium with Brian Zane with Dak Draper. Zane begins to ask him questions. Draper cuts him off and grabs the mic. Well, I'm glad we're not playing favorites here in Ring of Honor. Whoever the commissioner really is starting to get on my nerves. Sending washed-up wrestlers and never has-beens at me. Okay, I'm fine with that. But accusing me of breaking the code of honor? This is just downright defamation right here. And I think there's a kid suing people for that. I could do the same to you, Mr. Higher Power. I ought to sue you. But I won't. You know why, Brian? Brian Zane, who has now had a collar grab by Draper, shakes his head quickly. It's because, Brian, I like having a target on my back. Because unlike several others here in Ring of Honor, I can take the shots and fire them right back. After all, I'm the Mile High Magnum for a reason. And tonight, and this Saturday, I'll put the opponents down like Old Yeller. Or like the 76ers in the playoffs. Massive boos as Drapers leave. Now, I'm pretty sure this joke would have been a little more tasteful a couple weeks ago. But, yeah. Match 2, we have Deonna Purrazzo going up against Michelle Emerson. Purrazzo is in control of the match when Serena Deeb comes out to watch the mat and starts taking notes. Purrazzo hits Emerson with the Venus del Milo for the tap-out win in 5 minutes. Deeb applauds and leaves as Purrazzo stares at her smiling. We cut to Tully Blanchard, standing in the middle of an arena, in a ring, as he says, "This place brings back so many memories." You can feel the ghosts of those who have passed here in this building in the ring right now. I've come back to the site of one of my greatest defeats. The Greensboro Coliseum is a building with a rich wrestling tradition in a city that my client knows very well. The eve of Ring of Honor's destruction is nearly upon us. Can you hear that? This is the sound of an impending doom coming, and Buffalo will be the first place to witness the destructive power. Dread it? No, wait. Deny it? Run from it? Destiny comes for you. Good job of trying not to be... Are you trying to make him Thanos here? Brock, you basically could have just done the dread it, run from it, destiny arrives, all the same. And you could have just done that from fucking this Thanos. You could have just quoted Thanos instead of trying to undo whatever he's trying to say. I would say fall and pray, but not even that can save you now. Oh, No, it's not fucking Carrion, is it? It's not Killer Cross. There's no way it's Killer... Is that Killer Cross? There's no way that's Killer Cross. Is it? Is it Killer Cross? I bet your sweet ass it's Killer Cross. Fall and pray? Really? Fall and pray? Anyway, match 3, Serena Deeb versus Joyce Wilder. Deeb almost kills Joyce in a 2-minute match that ends with Deeb making Joyce tap out to the Dragon Sleeper. Deeb wins and clutches her title in what looks like fear in her eyes. Interesting. We go back to the podium. Oh my, I have a lot more to go. FTR comes out and says, "We would have loved to have faced the Briscoes this Saturday, but fate had other plans. The opponents may have changed, but the goal remains the same, and that is to retain the tag titles." And remain that clears his throat top guys. FTR leaves, and they do get jumped by the Kingdom, who bow to them. Matt Taven grabs the mic and says, "I don't think we've been properly introduced. I'm Matt Taven, this is Mike Bennett, and the lovely woman by his side is Maria Bennett, and we're the Kingdom, a.k.a. the guys who just beat your ass tonight, and will do the same thing again Saturday. And when we beat you this Saturday, you will soon bow to the Kingdom." We then go to a tag team match between the Foundation of Tracy Williams and Josh Woods versus Blackjack Jason and the Bounty Hunter, Michael Hunter. Foundation picks up the win. Woods struggles at first with the big man Black. That sounded very bad. But the Foundation quickly take control as they hit the fracture, Samoan drop, second rope, jumping neck breaker combo. Wow, that's a mouthful. For the 3 in a 6-minute match. Cut at the podium as Ricky Starks, Hacksaw, Hobbs, and Hook come out. Starks says, "What Hobbs has done to Ring of Honor is nothing short of a statement that we aren't playing around. There isn't anyone in this company that can stand up to Hobbs, and he's going to show just that in this matchup." Hobbs heads down the rings as Starks and Hook join commentary. Hacksaw Hobbs beats Trevor. How the hell do I Toxin? Is that how I say it? Is that how you say it? It's literally spelled T0 capital X lowercase x capital X again sin and Chase Harlow. Hobbs tosses both men around the ring with ease as Starks goes wild on commentary with his hype man voice as Hook just is in his chair, kind of slumped half asleep. He's just sitting there, menacingly. Hobbs picks both men up and put them in the torture rack for the win. How the hell... Is that how I say it? Toxin? Is that how I say it? I really hope that's how I say it. I don't want to mess this up. But what the fuck kind of name is that? And what the hell is that spelling? Either way, it's nice to go. Podium. We go back to the podium. Stark shouting into the mic. Last time we was out here, I said it would take 2 men. Well, Hobbs just made 2 men tap out. There isn't a soul who can't touch him or us. As Stark says that, Danhausen pops out of the trash can that is by the podium, eating a bag of chips, and he says, "Hello, your shouting disturbed me, slumber. I have come to see what all this excitement is about." Starks with a disgusted face. "Were you sleeping in the trash?" Danhausen says, "Yes, Danhausen was sleeping in his can that has trash. Why do you ask? Would you like a chip?" He offers the chip bag to them. Hobbs smacks the chips out of his hand. Danhausen steps out of the trash can and gets angry and hits the post as he yells, "I curse you!" Hobbs grabs the trash can and folds it like it was nothing. Danhausen gulps and Stark says, "I think you've made Hobbs mad. I know I'm a little pissed. How about you, Hook?" Hook nods. "Maybe we should teach this guy a lesson." Hobbs grabs the mic and says, "No, I want him to find some friends and face him and them so I can get more reps in." Stark smiles and says, "I think that's a great idea. Tell you what was your name?" Danhausen. "We'll give you to Saturday to find 2 guys to face the 3 of us." Sound good to you? Danhausen, who has pissed his pants by this point, says, Yes, this sounds like a very, very good, very evil plan to the Danhausen. "I shall find 2 allies to combat you at the honor bound. The catch point leave." What was the... fucking Danhausen basically is pissing his pants in fear. I'm surprised you didn't say shit. I'm surprised Brock didn't say shit his pants, because that probably would have been better. But anyway, Dak Draper makes his way to the ring once again, being pelted with trash. This time he opens up an umbrella and says, "The last time anything comes down this hard in Philly, it was bricks from the Sixers." You could have said batteries from you could have said batteries, like when they were throwing batteries at Santa Claus. I guess it's not Christmas, but whatever. Still better. It still would have been better to say batteries. Lights go out and the Fallen Angels music hits. Christopher Daniels. Oh, hey, look at that. Main event time. Daniels beats the living hell out of Draper until Daniels goes for a dive and Draper ducks the attack, and Daniels tweaks his knee. That's the opening Draper needs as he works Daniels' knee. Draper pulls out all sorts of submissions to make Daniels suffer. But Daniels won't quit. Eventually, Daniels takes back control when Draper misses a big boot and gets hung up on the ropes. Daniels hits Angel's wings, but Draper kicks out. Daniels hits a BME, and Draper kicks out again. As Daniels is stunned, Draper grabs an umbrella that he has left on the apron as he gets to his feet and takes a swing at Daniels, who ducks it and hits a drop kick, sending the umbrella to the floor along with Draper. Daniels goes for a dive to the outside, but there's no water in the pool. Draper scurries into the ring as he looks to be taking something from his tights. The ref sees this and checks Draper. Daniels, on his feet, is then whacked with the umbrella. It's not once, but two masked men. Now one holds Daniels' arms back, while the other hits Daniels with the umbrella. They send Daniels into the ring as Draper hits a big boot and goes for the 1-2. Daniels kicks out and spits in Draper's eye, sending Draper into the corner. Ref checks on Draper as a third masked man appears and hits the flying big boot on Daniels. Draper grabs Daniels and hits 2 Draper bombs for the win in 15 minutes. Draper is then surrounded by the masked men. The one in the middle points at Draper and nods. Draper stands up and looks like he's about to fight them, but instead he hugs all 3 of the masked men, who hug him back as we fade to black. And credits. Ooh, I wonder who those could be. Interesting. So, earlier Brock wanted me to give my predictions on what would happen at Bound by Honor. Here's my thing. I think FTR will still have those tag team titles because it's FTR, and Brock loves FTR. So, I mean, I can't argue that. So, I'm just going to say that out there blatantly. I don't know how to feel about Dak Draper and whoever is going to choose of the commissioners choosing. Will we find out who the commissioner would be by this time? Yes. I swear to God, if Brock made it himself, that would be the stupidest thing ever. I'm still going to stick to my guns and say it's Cornette. I'm still going to say it's Jim Cornette. I don't know why. I just have that feeling that it's just Cornette for some reason. I just got that feeling, you know. And the prescription is more cowbell. Sorry, wrong show, wrong thing. Tully Blanchard's new client makes their debut. Who do I think it is? I think it's Killer Cross. I don't know why. I just think it's Killer Cross. That Fall and Pray thing kind of gave it away. ROH Women's Championship, Serena Deeb, Deonna Purrazzo. I don't know. I got Serena Deeb for some reason. I just got a feeling, you know? Gun Club versus the Workhorsemen. I think Workhorsemen will get the win there. And then the ROH Championship, Jonathan Gresham facing Bandito. I think Jonathan Gresham will get the win. Now, who do I think will... what is it? Catch Point will pick up the win. Now, I could be dead wrong, and Brock has already booked them to lose to Hook and whoever the hell he's going to find. I have the feeling it's going to be like the Tony Stark built this in a cave with a box of scraps. But I digress. I think Catchpoint's going to pick up the win there because, whatever. What else? That's pretty much it for ROH. And that's pretty much it for this edition of We Are Not Entertained. Would I say I was entertained by wrestling this week? Yes. Because, one, that women's match was a fucking humper of a match, dude. That's not even supposed to be sexual. That's just me saying how fucking fantastic this match was. What else? I think there's one more thing. Oh, how did I stretch an hour out of this? The hell? Yes. There's a thing we are doing. We are doing a thing. I mean, the Royals have the worst record in all of baseball. So, here's a good time to promote this. July 11th, me and Brock will be out at Kauffman Stadium because that's the day they are giving away the black uniforms from the 2000s. We will be out there doing a show before we would obviously be doing BTT before the game. We might be doing it during the game. So if you want to come out to that, we will be there. Brock will talk more about it when we get to that date. I take that back. If you want to know more about that, just ask Brock. He'll know everything. He has all the information on that. I'm just spreading the word. You can find me on the socials, dude_rex14. You can find the YouTube channel. You can find me bcard at bcardyt. The B, the C, the Y, and the T are capitalized. The D and the R are capitalized in my Twitter handle. You can listen to Big Time Talkers literally anywhere you can find podcasts. You can listen to podcasts. You can find this show on YouTube. You can find CSP on YouTube. And that's pretty much going to do it. I've been the main man, Tom Haley. And I guess I could say I have been entertained this week. But bye, everyone. Drink plenty of water. God, I still cannot believe I stretched an hour out of this.